Y'all, chat. 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 I'm hurt. But strangely enough, I'm happy that I can feel this hurt. It's been a long time since I've been able to watch a San Antonio Spurs game and feel hurt. This game made me so happy because I could feel hurt. Do you understand how long it's been since we could feel genuine hurt? We're back. Embrace the hurt. Embrace the hurt. There's lots of people to complain about. There's lots of players that screwed up in this game. But embrace this, because I have not felt this hurt in a long time. It's back. It's been a long time. This was the first one that made me feel pain. The last one, anger, because what the heck are we doing? This one, a lot of stuff where it's like, what the heck are we doing? But that's a game. Watching Curry just demolish us and watching Wembanyama answer the call. That's the type of hurt I love. I love it. Am I happy? No. Am I sad? Yes. But I'm beautifully sad. It's a beautiful kind of pain, like that Eminem song. Wow. Wow. Guys, there's lots of people that sold. We're going to go in on it. We're going to go in on them. We're going to go in on the players. We're going to go in on the coaching a little bit. But, like, that felt good. Doesn't it feel good to feel this hurt? It feels good to feel this hurt. I'm watching the game. They're showing the crowd. I saw like a 6-year-old about to cry. I want to see more of that. That's genuine hurt. I wasn't angry. I was just hurt. It's a better team. We got better talent, but they're just a better team. But we did make a lot of mistakes. I'm not as angry as I was last game. At least the lineups were smarter. I can at least say that. Wow. 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 What a game. Woo. Hold on, I'll read your super chat in a minute, Dio. There was somebody I missed, I think. Andrew Garcia says, rage. All right. And Dio says, this is the game that shows me why I'm a Spurs fan. We never gave up, and I was impressed all the way through, but I wanted that win bad. We should have won. We should have won. But man, I was so sad when the clock was done and the ball bounced twice. I was so sad. And then it hit me. I was like, when was the last time I felt this? You know what I mean? Guys, when the clock hit 0, I was sad. I was upset. But I also just questioned myself. When was the last time I felt this? I felt good that I felt so bad. It felt good to feel this sad. I can't even recall the last time I felt like this about a Spurs game. It's usually since the tanking and when we were mediocre, it's been constant like expecting us to lose. It's been constant just dealing with mediocrity. It's been constant just, being happy when we lose because I'm like, I want to tank for Wemby. Like, we're finally past that. Now we can feel actual pain. We played a game, fought hard, and lost in that fashion. That feels good. Embrace this. Embrace this. We're back. It's a lot to complain about. I'm gonna go in on the players. I'll go in on the coaching, but there's a lot here that made me happy. My blood pressure is high. Man, my blood pressure was high since like the 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Oh my God, what a game. I ain't embracing dumb basketball. Don't get me wrong, we going in. It was stupid. It was a lot of stupid decisions. I ain't gonna lie, it was stupid. It was a lot of mistakes from players. It was I don't know what we were doing with that last play. I have no idea. Okay, give it to Fox at half court, run off like 3 seconds there and then, just let him take a contested mid-range shot. That was like I've been saying, hero ball. This entire time, Mitch Johnson has been running hero ball over and 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 over. But there was 2 occasions in which I saw the San Antonio Spurs make a run. Chat, you're very smart. You were paying attention, right? I didn't hear the commentators talk about this. When the Spurs made their 2 runs and they looked pretty good, what happened? What happened before that I've been trying to tell you for so long? What happened? Thank you. Thank you, Trifecta. Thank you, Sohan. Thank you, Jiggy. Yes, it's very obvious. Very obvious. Very obvious. He contributes. He contributes to winning. You don't just stat watch a player like that. Not like him. With Harper, we would have won. We didn't need Harper to win this game. We needed more discipline. We needed some better. Well, we'll go into it. We'll go into it in a minute. Before we do, I'm going to go over our sponsor, and then I'm going to take a look at these quick super chats that we have, and then we'll take a look at the stats. I have no idea what the stats look like. But I'll give you my opinions before we get to the stats, and then, we'll see what happens. So big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment. As always, if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, just head on over to Sleeper. Use the description or download the what am I saying? Download Sleeper in the description box. I have a link. When you support the sponsors, you support the channel, but you can use promo code CLAN and get 100% match up to $100 if you like to do the daily fantasy side of things, of course, which is very pretty. I like how they got everything laid out. Yeah, I think Brandon Ingram. No, what am I doing? Brandon Ingram under 5 assists. What am I doing? But anyways, if that's something that you guys are interested in, go check it out. Or at the very least, you can go to the social media segment and you can get updates. Whoa, what? Patrick Beverly has... See, this is why you download Sleeper. He's been arrested for assault? I guess we'll look at that later. Okay. Anyways. All right, guys. So, okay, let's do something a little different this time. Okay? You guys with me? I am not going to look at the stats until I give you my overall take as far as the players are concerned. I thought that everyone was quite sloppy, and the only 2 players in particular, at least watching, that I thought was pretty great all the way through. Actually, I'll say three. That I thought was pretty great all the way through were Sohan, Wembanyama, and Castle. And I know Castle made some mistakes, but just with the flow of the game and certain plays that he made, I thought he was pretty good. He missed that wide open 3, which really hurt. We kind of needed that, but it is what it is. But what I saw from those players, Wemby was pretty doggone good. I don't think the coaching staff gave him any favors, though. I actually did not go in the order I said I was going to go in. Someone said trade Keldon. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not going to go as far as to say trade Keldon. I'm going to go as far as to say Keldon should not have been in this game as long as he is. As long as he was. I didn't understand that. Jumor says, with Harper, we would have won. I think I already read that one earlier. And then Gregory says, sorry to say, but Devin Vassell killed us down the stretch, as do many of our wings who are supposedly shooters but can't play D. All right. So, but like I was saying, I don't think Mitch Johnson gave Wemby any favors. I'm really getting tired of the hero ball, like I said before, where you just give it to a player and say, hey, you're going to figure it out. Wembanyama should literally have plays set up for him so he can get the ball easier. We should definitely diversify how he gets the ball. A lot of it, because he's so talented, is give him the ball, let him figure it out, and he's always behind the arc when he gets the ball most of the time. I don't like that. Or behind the three-point line. I don't like that. I don't understand why we're doing that. But we continue to do it. We've been doing it since day one, and I don't know why we keep doing that. I would like to see more plays drawn up, just to be honest, just to be transparent, because the only two times, and this isn't me like glazing this player, okay, because I do think he had a very good game for someone who just not played at all. But Jeremy Sohan, I thought that we made more runs when he was on the court. It's not a matter of Sohan being a genius. He's just, I mean, he is a high IQ player, but he's not like a genius or he's doing anything super special. He's just playing the right way, and the ball moves in a pretty satisfying way, right? Like that corner pass that he got to Devin Vassell, he should have knocked that down, right? That's what we got you for. And then the corner shot that obviously Sohan made, but he's constantly making very smart cuts, off-ball decisions continuously. Even some good read and reacts, like continuously. Defensively, he's there. He's doing a good job. He's solid, you know, like that's really important. He didn't do anything special in this game. It's not like I was watching and you guys think I'm delusional, like Sohan is a superstar. No, he didn't do anything special in this game. It just seemed like the ball moved better when he was out there because it's constant movement, right? It's constant getting to the right place. And yeah, he did a good job. And I thought that him and Wemby obviously had really good chemistry when they were out there. I thought that the game should have ended with Sohan because he played well, and then as soon as they put him on the bench, we end up losing the lead. So I don't quite understand why he doesn't play more, and I don't quite understand why Keldon gets so many minutes over him. Some people have tried to say, which I don't know where this is coming from, I think this is just feelings, because a lot of times it is just fifis with stuff like this, but people are like, well, Keldon Johnson can shoot. No, he can't. Keldon Johnson has been horrible shooting-wise this season. And Sohan has barely got the opportunity, but even yet and still, he knocked down some big ones, right? Like, or he knocked down a big one, a really big one in this game. So don't really quite understand where that's coming from. I don't think that there's a good enough justification for him being in this game in particular. Doesn't mean that I think Keldon Johnson should be shipped off or that he's trash or he's a bad player or nothing like that. I just think in this game where it was very defensive heavy, don't really know what use you had for him in this one in particular. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, he was in there way too long. He was getting cooked left and right. Offensively, he wasn't bringing anything. Don't really know what the point of that was. Don't really understand that. I think it's a matter of a young coach getting a little too comfortable. But yeah, Sohan should have definitely had more minutes even in this game. The offense just looked better. And he's going to have growing pains because he hasn't played. But for the most part, he looked pretty good. If he gets in foul trouble, he gets in foul trouble. But, you know. Yeah, dude. Draymond yelling at Wemby face after they won. Oh, wait. He did it after they won? Okay, that's lame. But that play where Draymond was talking stuff, and I saw it on Wemby's face. Because he looked at his teammate. I don't even know who he was looking at. Who's he looking at, guys? I don't remember. Castle? I don't know who he was looking at. But he made like a little smirk like, come on. You're going to give me the ball. Gonna give me the ball. Shout out to Chris Paul because the Spurs didn't start doing that inbound alley-oop to Wemby until he got here. But that was beautiful, bro. It should have been an and one. I don't quite understand why it wasn't, but that was so good, bro. That was so good. Then he started talking trash back. Like, this is what I love. We just need some adjustments. We need the coaching staff to do better, and we need players to stop screwing up. But yeah, that's the basketball I love. And then when Wemby got in his face, started talking trash, and then Sohan showed up. That's what I'm talking. That's playoff basketball right there. That's what that no one else came up like Sohan did. Sohan was ready to fight. Come on, bro. What you doing? Get out my goat's face, right? Sohan know who's the GOAT. Everybody thought that he was jealous of Wemby, which is so stupid. He know who the GOAT is. He's like, get off my GOAT. Anyways, Brandon says, my critiques to be made of Mitch. I really wish they'd find a way to get Wemby some rest in the fourth. Yeah, that was pretty rough because you have Wemby out there like exhausting himself. Meanwhile, you're gonna need him, you know, when and Curry's over there just getting all the time in the world to finish this game. Is it me or did Fox seem slower than usual too? We'll talk about Fox. I guess I should go ahead and say Fox did not look good this game. But keep in mind as well, I'm gonna give a little bit of leeway. This is the first game he actually played point guard. He started off strong. This is the first game he actually played point guard. So as far as him getting in a rhythm, he made a lot of mistakes. He sold us this game. It's no excuses. But I'm gonna give an excuse. He hasn't been able to run point guard. We've been running through Castle this whole time. But long term and future wise, when we get to the playoffs and you know we're battling out, that's who you're gonna want running the show. So just give him some time. I think it's gonna be some growing pains coming off the injury and everything. I don't think he looks slower necessarily, but he made some sloppy decisions for sure. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Oh my gosh, $20 super chat. He said, I started watching about 6 minutes left in the fourth. When they were up, it's my fault they lost because I jinxed them. No, what it was they took Sohan out of the game and we weren't playing well enough as a team to finish it off. Because in actuality, here, I'll go ahead and go to the stats. I've been yapping enough. In actuality, I think that this game was more of a defensive game. And yeah, I don't think that you necessarily need. I'm not saying Barnes like killed us or anything, but I don't think you really needed Barnes out there. The ball movement looked better when Sohan was out there, and defensively, you just needed all your best defenders out there to finish this one off because it was going to be a grit and grind one. You didn't necessarily need Barnes in this one, in my opinion. I guess when you're in the middle of the fight, it's kind of different. But yeah, am I? Guess a lot of people. Oh my god, we got a lot of people here. I need to fix my stuff. Look at this. Look at this. I'm a robot. Oh, now it looks stupid because the frame's caught up. Now it looks stupid. All right. So stats wise, this is the first time I'm looking at the stats, guys. I swear to God. All right, let's see here. So first and foremost, what I see, I do like the amount of shots that Fox took. Now that last play, very stupid. Don't know what the coaching staff was doing. We drew nothing up. We literally drew nothing up for that. Very dumb. I don't know what that was. It was a Fox save us, even though he was cold and making mistakes. It was a he should save us. When in actuality, you should have found a way to give it to Wemby. I know that they probably assumed he would be doubled, but you got 6 seconds on the clock. We couldn't figure out anything smarter than that. You know, like 6 seconds is a lot of time. You couldn't figure anything out if they try to double Wemby. That's another reason why I really think Sohan should have been in this game. His off-ball cuts, you know. And he had just hit a 3. So, I don't know. Pretty dumb. I thought that was a little silly. But yeah, so Wemby should, we'll get to that in a minute. So Harrison Barnes, he did okay. You know, no complaints, really. The biggest issue is, like I said, it was a lot of turnovers and a lot of like silly decisions from our players. But at the same time, this was a very defensive heavy game, you know? So I really think that the Spurs should have solely leaned or mostly leaned on that defense, right? And second chance points and everything like that, because this was not one of those, you know, who can shoot better from 3. At least that's not what it felt like. Let me see. I could be wrong. Let me look at the 3-point taken, 38%, and then 14. Yeah. We're shooting about the same clip. Yeah, it didn't feel like one of those games. It felt like a defensive game. Who can play better defense? Who can finish the strongest? Let me mention this. Steph Curry is incredible. He is absolutely incredible. I think that we should have gave him hard or more difficult looks. Like at one point, Keldon was on him like 3 times in a row, which I want to harp on this because I know a lot of people think that I hate Keldon Johnson, which is not true. I just think, especially this game, this season, he's been showing me that, like, no, he's very useful. It's just you have to be careful with it. In this game, 19 minutes, there's no excuse for Keldon getting nearly 20 minutes. And it's not me just saying that after the fact. Like I said before we even looked at these stats, Keldon was in the game too long. I mean, he was contributing basically nothing at one point, like nothing at all. He was just giving up threes. He was just giving up shots to Steph. So I don't quite understand why he was in it. The hardest looks that Steph got tonight was when Sohan was on him, on occasion Fox, and when Castle was on him though. Mostly when Castle and Sohan was on him, he didn't look flustered. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend like he looked flustered, but he was having the harder time. I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you want to give him some different looks, maybe put Vic on him. I don't know. It was tough though. Tough. But overall, yeah, I don't know. You couldn't really stop him. He was like incredible, but could have gave him some different looks, I think. It was pretty much gimmies whenever Vassell or Keldon was on him. At least that's what it felt like. Keldon is a cone on defense. Keldon, at this point, there's no getting mad at Keldon. He is who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he can play decent defense on occasion, but like, he's not a defender. It's not lack of effort. It's not lack of trying. He's just not a defender. Some guys just aren't good defenders, and he never will be. And that's okay. But that's when it's up to the coaching staff to make sure that you're putting us in the best position to win. And in this game in particular, guys, stop looking at the stats. Seriously, you really need to stop just staring at the stats, because Jeremy Sohan had 5 points. I don't mean to just keep harping on this, but he's a good player, and people need to realize that. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah, that's fine. 2 turnovers. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't seem like it's that much. He only played 13 minutes, and I promise you, watching this game, Jeremy Sohan was the only times that we went on legitimate runs. It was the only times where we looked pretty dominant on the court. I think that the lineup that was out there, and I really like this. I would actually be content with this for a starting lineup, to be honest with you. I believe it was Fox, Champagny, was it Vassell? I think no. It was Fox, Champagny, Barnes, Sohan, Wemby. Those 5 together on the court together, the ball was moving beautifully. It was some good. Well, it wasn't moving beautifully. That's an overstatement. But it was really great team defense overall. Like, I thought that they played really well together. Yeah. Shout out to Castle's growth so far while playing the 2. Castle, that's kind of his thing. Like, even in college, he's more of a combo guard. Like, he fits into that role just fine. But yeah, Castle. I'm not mad at Castle for this game, mind you. Did he make some mistakes? Yeah. 4 turnovers isn't good. Fox had 4 turnovers. Everyone had turnovers. So he didn't play great or nothing like that, but he was fine. And he'll adjust. He'll be okay. I'm not really worried about Castle. I am worried about the 3-point shooting. I don't know if he'll. I wasn't really expecting him to be a great 3-point shooter this season, but anyways, I don't know how you guys feel about that starting lineup, but just watching this game when they were on the court together, if we're trying to get some type of sample sizes, I thought it was really solid, like genuinely really solid. And then you could have that firepower off the bench with Devin Vassell, let Steph Castle run the show, and maybe if Dylan Harper, when he comes back, then maybe you can move Steph back into the starting lineup. I don't know what you would want to do, but I don't know. I really like that. I really like that group though, so I hope we get to see more of that, and I'm sure that the Spurs paid attention to. But yeah, but some lineups, the ball just is pretty stagnant. I'm not the biggest fan of Devin Vassell starting, just from what we've seen this season thus far. He might be better off just more of a spark plug. He's already like a 3rd, 4th option for your team anyways. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot of yapping. So what else do we want to talk about? So I think that's enough for the players. There's nothing really there. Coaching wasn't the best. I will say that the lineups was pretty decent. They were pretty decent, but double center lineup, don't quite understand it. Still doesn't make too much sense to me. I'll be real. It doesn't make a lot of sense, especially in this game. Sorry. But yeah. And by the way, I want to say this too. I never once said that Mitch Johnson is a terrible coach or that he's a bad coach. You know, if someone goes and steals a lollipop from a store, would you classify them as a thief? I don't know. Maybe you would. I kind of wouldn't. Or a criminal, I kind of wouldn't. Now, if you do it consistently every day out of the week, you steal a lollipop from this same store, then yeah, I'm going to have to call you a thief, right? So as far as calling him a bad coach, I don't think that he's earned that yet. You definitely got to give him way more games before you can make that assessment. Because I will say in this game, there were quite a few adjustments. The only two things that pissed me off, well, three things, was Victor Wembanyama, where he gets the ball. It's really bothering me. Please write up more plays because it seems like we just give Vic the ball and say, figure it out. I don't like that. I think that you can be way more efficient, and that's on coaching. Number two, not crazy about the double center lineup, especially in this game. I think that shows like a little bit of a lack of awareness. They didn't do it for too long, but shoot, guys, 2-3 minutes is long enough. Like that, you shouldn't have done it anyways. So there's that. Also, actually, there's quite a few. There's quite a few. That's quite a few. Also, I don't like the last play of the game where Fox just, once again, go figure it out. I'm getting tired of this hero ball. That's not Spurs basketball. And then lastly, the one that really bothered me was the minutes were a little bit better, but Keldon Johnson in this game in particular, it depends. You don't play favorites here, okay? I don't want Sohan in for 20 plus minutes if it means like if he's genuinely struggling in the game. Don't play him if he's struggling, right? If he's struggling too much, then you don't play him. He's not a superstar where, you know, you're going to lean on him in the last game if he's playing really bad. But that wasn't the case. He was solid all game. 13 minutes is not enough. Keldon Johnson was horrible all game. Not his fault. Keldon Johnson is who he is. This is one of those tough matchups where Warriors playing really good defense. And it was a defensive game. And he is not going to favor in those. Okay? He just isn't. So he shouldn't have been in the game no 19 minutes. If anything, maybe 10. Maybe. And then also, you know, I don't like the fact that we don't dig deeper into our bench, right? Like, I would really like for us to find a way to incorporate. I know this is more of a defensive game, but like incorporate some of these players. Carter Bryant, I know his offense isn't that great, but I feel like at some point maybe we could have incorporated him a little bit. At least give him about 5 minutes, maybe some 5 solid minutes at one point, just so we can hold on to some of these leads. But yeah, kind of strange. And speaking of minutes distribution, like I said, pulling Sohan out when we're on a run and we're doing well and we're fighting, and then next thing you know, you take him out and then the Warriors go on a little run, you know? Very fun. Jones Garcia. Yeah, there you go. Jones Garcia. I don't know if this would have been, he wasn't even on the, is he in the G League right now? Jones Garcia would be nice, but unfortunately in a game like this, I don't know if I trust. It was a pure defensive game. Yeah, I don't know if I trusted like throwing him in the fire, right? He should have already been getting a little more touches in other games, and then maybe I feel more comfortable. Yeah, I know you guys were expecting to crash out, but I'm not crashing out today. I actually feel good about this game for the most part. I saw adjustments. Mostly it was just us making mistakes. And I can lean on the fact that, hey, Fox, this is his first game actually being a starting point guard, right? Like actually running the point. So I'm not mad. Clan, I'm sad. I'm sad too, but feel good about that sadness. It's a beautiful type of sadness. You feel me? Turnovers were insane? Yeah, terrible. Terrible turnovers. Turnovers left and right. The team plays sloppy as a whole. But lineups were better. It's hard fought. At the end, we could have still took it. It's not one of those where I felt like we deserve to lose this game. No, we made a lot of mistakes, but Warriors played really great defense too. You know, I told you my gripes with this one. I'm not happy about it. This is pretty criminal. 19 minutes, nearly 20 minutes, kind of criminal. But hey, it's all right. It's all right. I didn't realize Steph Castle was -10 and Vassell was -16. I'm not that. Well, I haven't really seen too many people defending Vassell, but I'm not. I've been pretty like lukewarm to down about Vassell, to be honest. I think he should come off the bench. Honestly, even if next game he goes off, I still think he should come off the bench. This starting lineup is pretty wacky, if we're being honest. It's a little wacky. It's a little wacky. It's a little silly. You know, it's the De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. Nah, we'll talk about it in another segment. It's just a little weird. Barnes didn't shoot enough. We'll see. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. My friend called. I'm going to mute myself for a sec. He was just talking about the game. Curry really had his way with us. Oh man, he had 2 times. Yeah, he had a good time. He loved us. He loved playing us. Fox, Castle, Champagny, Sohan, Wemby. Oh wait, was that what it was? I thought it was Fox. No, it wasn't. I'm okay with that one too, Hercules. But I think it was Fox, Champagny, Barnes, Sohan, Wemby that looked really good team defensive wise. But Castle being in the mix, obviously it would look good. I just like that. I like that balance a little bit more. But yeah, I really want people to tell me that Sohan can't shoot. I want people to start telling me that because it looks like his form is much better. So I want people to start saying, "Hey, Sohan can't shoot," and that's why he doesn't get play. Or he doesn't play. Because yeah, obviously basketball is all about shooting a corner 3. That's the most important thing in basketball is shooting corner 3s. That's like the only important thing in basketball. Nothing else matters. Just shooting corner 3s. So I want people to tell me Sohan's bad again. So stupid. 3-pointer, wow. 1 clutch 3-pointer. You didn't watch the game. This is actually me being charitable towards you people. If you come in here and you say Sohan didn't do anything this game, this is me being charitable. You didn't watch. Because I don't want to believe that you watched this game. Because then I would have to call you something. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to assume you didn't watch. That's how much faith I got in you. Because seriously, the Spurs went on a run when he was in. The ball moved much better. He made some really good reads. He had at least 2 or 3 assists he could have got if guys either held onto the ball or hit their shots. It was really nice reads. He did a good job. He changed his hair. I think it's the hair. Yeah, I think it's the hair. Yeah, see? Yeah, you didn't actually watch the game. Because if you did, then I had to call you a name, and I don't want to do that. You didn't watch. You watched the last 3 minutes. Yeah, see? They're trying to egg me. You're not going to rage me. You're not going to rage bait me. Don't rage. You can't rage bait me. I saw this game. I actually paid attention. You can't rage me. You can't rage bait me. If I missed some of it, then maybe you could. Maybe you can gaslight me into thinking he played poorly, but I watched this game. He was great. I thought he was very consistent. Oh, I didn't even give Champagny his flowers. Dang it. I'm sorry, Champagny. I didn't even give Champagny his flowers, y'all. Champagny was great. He was great on both ends. He can't stop but to turn the ball over, though. He loves stepping out of bounds. I don't know what's up with him and stepping out of bounds. Dylan Harper was the answer to this game. Dylan Harper would have saved us for sure. Yeah, man, Champagny. Champagny was great. 4 for 9 from 3. He was great. Sohan just needs... Not Sohan. Wemby. Wemby just needs more talent. But Dylan Harper being there will help. We just got to get it together. We're a little sloppy right now. But it's going to be all right. Are the press conferences up yet? It's okay if they're not. All right, we got the Kings on Sunday, guys, so we should feel better. We should take care of business there. Who do we have after them? It's all right. This is a playoff game. That last one I was pissed off about. This one, pretty good adjustments. Pretty good adjustments. I'm not mad. We'll be all right. We made a lot. Players made a lot of mistakes. All right, so we got Kings, and then we got the Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday, and then we got the Hawks on Thursday. Guys, what are we upset about? Don't be sad. Chad. Don't be sad. Look, you got the Kings, then we got the Grizzlies, and then we got the Hawks. Suns, we can get our redemption right there. We got the Portland Trailblazers. We're going to be all right. You know, I'm pissed off about that Wednesday game. I thought there was no excuse for some of the stuff we did. This one, it felt more like on the players, if anything. It was a few things I didn't make a lot of sense. Like, I'm cool with Fox going to Fox at the end. It's all right. I don't really like the fact we didn't draw anything up. It was just like, Fox, go save us. He didn't have enough time to, yeah. But sure, that's fine. Don't be sad. Feel happy that you feel this sad, because I haven't felt this sad in a very long time. And I was happy that I felt this sad. Good stuff. Warriors are a playoff team. They're going to be fighting. They're champions. They outplayed us. Just one too many, mistakes from us. Feel like Sohan should have been in at the end because we went on runs when he was out there. And we were just solid overall because this was a defensive game. So I think we should have just had all our defenders out there, honestly. Just my opinion. We did good. We did good for the most part. We had a lot of cool Wemby moments as well. So don't be too upset about it. We got some really interesting games coming up. Now, one thing that I did want to bring up is our starting lineup. So I'm really curious on how you guys feel about this. It's just my opinion, and it's just kind of coming up in my noggin here. This is undoubtedly, and it's going to be for the next quite a few seasons, it's going to be Fox and Wemby's offense, right? It's going to be their offense. And at the end of the day, Fox, he struggled this game. He had some pretty bad plays near the end there. But at the same time, we know that, Fox can do better. He will do better. And it was just one of those, hey, he's probably still getting kind of used to things, right? And used to our offense. He made some silly mistakes in there. But overall, it's going to be their two offense. So I'm kind of on the fence about this, and I want to see what you guys think. But I think it might be good to just surround them around just role players, right? Like, Devin Vassell is a role player, but he's a little bit more than that. Like, he self-creates, obviously. So I don't know how I feel about this. Like, what if the Spurs, and even Castle, the same thing. What if the Spurs went with a starting lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Wembanyama, obviously they're in it, right? And then you just kind of fill in the gaps. I would say Sohan, you bring some more defense, or you bring some good defense, and he's a role player, you know, good on the short post, good and as an off-ball cutter, and he's knocking down, you know, corner threes. That's all you can ask for him right there. Pretty good stuff. High IQ, ball's moving, good. So you got your role player there, and then I'm thinking maybe Champagnie, right? Like Champagnie, if he's hot early, the opposing team is in for a treat, right? And he's also a pretty good defender. So you have two role players right there, and then you add in maybe Harrison Barnes, and I think that's a pretty good lineup. And not only is that a good lineup, but in this game against the Warriors, it looked like a really good lineup. Like, they played great team defense when they were on the court together. The ball moved. That's when we went on our runs. I like that lineup a lot. And then you come off the bench until Dylan Harper gets back, and maybe you can adjust. Maybe you put Castle back in the starting lineup. I don't know. But you can have Steph Castle running the bench unit, and you can still finish games with Castle. I love Castle. And I'll just be honest, Vassell, I don't think the ball moves as well right now when he's on the court. And he just seems more of a spark plug player. He's a third, fourth option, you know? So he's more of a spark plug player right now. Why not treat him as such? Have him come off the bench. Because Castle going to cook bench units as point guard for now. And he also looked really good off the bench last game. Or not last game, last year. So I'm just wondering if that would be a pretty good lineup. I don't know. I like that. I was thinking about it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Horrible defense? That was good. Oh, you probably talking about something else. Clan's mood is entirely dependent on Sohan. That's not true at all. That's not true. I told you starting at the beginning of this stream, I was very sad, but there was enough adjustments where I was just like, Curry genuinely is cooking us. We're doing quite a bit to win this game. The players in particular, the thing about this game in particular is so many players made mistakes till it's hard to like pinpoint this was the problem. You know, it's a few things that you can point. It's quite a few things you can point at, but they were making so many silly turnover mistakes. But this was just a pure defensive game. Pure defensive game. And it was a hard fought game. And this is just one of those where I'm just not going to be as upset because I don't think there was enough mishaps, coaching wise, for me to be upset about. There was a few, but not enough. We stopped doing that two center lineup thing. We did it for too long in this game, but did it for maybe like 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Not the best. Guys just didn't have their best games, but also Curry was just going off, man. You know what I mean? He's definitely not talking to me, bro. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. I don't know which part. Coaching was the issue. I already said coaching wasn't the best in this one. I already complained about that in the other segment. Anyways, I was just thinking about the starting lineup because, guys, it looks pretty sloppy. I am very down on Devin Vassell thus far. I'll be real with you. Actually, let's look at Devin Vassell's last games. Yeah. His field goal percentage in the month of November is 37%. Holy. Oh, that's fair too. Modern offense is about having multiple playmakers. Teams switch so much now. There's no more wide open shots, but tons of mismatches. Yeah, that's true too. It was just a thought. I was just watching this game and I was like, I really like how this unit looks out there together. And I think that might be a pretty good starting lineup. I feel like the Spurs figured more stuff out during this game. I guess that's why I felt pretty decent. Well, I felt down and really sad, but I felt a little bit better than that last one. It was more adjustments than that last one. Let's see here. Yeah, he's been pretty horrible in the month of November. I think that's a pretty decent sample size too, man. Let's see. October he was better, right? Yeah, October he was still like 40% from the field. And then he was 63 from the free throw line in October. Yeah, he's been pretty bad overall, guys. I'm not even going to front. Devin Vassell's been pretty bad. Yeah, he's the lowest in all categories except for three-point shooting. But the only year he was worse at his three-point percentage was his rookie year. Yeah, he's been really bad. Yeah, 36% from three-point is not terrible, but we definitely expect a little bit more, especially with his role diminishing quite a bit. But it's not like Fox has been running point guard. It's not like Fox has been making beautiful reads thus far or anything like that. So it's not really easy on him. I don't know. But all I know is I would be content with us changing up the starting lineup drastically. Just a little bit. Not drastically. But yeah, I agree Wemby is being undercoached. Yeah, you got to do better. We got to do better. But I'll give credit where credit is due. There was a few changes that were decent, but yeah, that ending was pretty horrible. I was like, can we I'm cool with Fox getting the ball at the end, but can we figure out a better way of him getting the ball and a better way for Wemby to get the ball? But that's not what I wanted to talk about this segment. Just wanted to throw it out there if the starting lineup should change or not. And it's just a few losses, nothing to panic about, nothing like that, but yeah, something to think about. You know what I mean? Why don't we play Carter Bryant even for a few plays? I have no idea. He should definitely be in the game more. I don't quite understand that. Well, I guess I do understand to an extent. His offense is pretty horrible. His offense is pretty horrible right now, y'all. Really bad. Really bad. He's going to need some more reps. But defensive-wise, in a game like this where both teams are battling it out, yeah, you could have used Carter Bryant. I actually do want to give a little bit of credit for not using Lindy Waters, because we were already struggling defensively, or struggling keeping up with some of these guards. The only way you guard Curry is to have a lineup of fast, athletic wings. You trap Curry on every pick and roll. Yeah, just let other players beat you for sure. Yeah, you can't allow him to just score 50 because were these his best performances this season? Quite literally, his best performances of the season were against us. Yeah, that's definitely coaching. He only played 20 minutes this game. He must have got hurt this game. Never mind. Did he get hurt that game? He had 5 personal fouls? Maybe he didn't. Maybe they just got blown out. Yeah, his best games of the season against us. That's sad. Curry played one-on-one the whole game until late in the fourth, coaching. Yeah, that was pretty bad. We didn't make it difficult on him. We just gave him different bodies. But we didn't actually make it difficult on him. We just gave him different bodies over and over. Clan is gaslighting us this week. I can only go off of how I'm feeling, man. And this was one of those games that I guess I'm hooked on being happy that I'm sad. I guess that's what it is right now. I just can't be too mad. I'm sad, but I'm happy I feel this way because it felt like a playoff game. That last game didn't feel like a playoff game. It didn't feel like one at all. But this one, from the opening tip, it felt like a playoff game. Castle needs to play smarter defense. I thought Castle was fine. I mean, overall, you know, he had a pretty rough game, but I thought he was pretty fine. That was pretty solid. No defensive adjustments on Steph Curry. Hilarious. Yeah, you didn't make it any. Yeah. Yeah. Coaching wise, they haven't made many adjustments. Fox is not clutch. I thought Fox won like clutch player of the year. He's definitely a clutch player. He almost knocked it down. That was just a stupid play. Let me see something. I'm sorry, guys. I want to be mad. I really do, but I don't know. I'm happy to have that playoff feeling again. I think I felt, I guess this is what it is. I guess I felt like from that last game, the last couple games, I felt like the Spurs learned a lot. You know? Like, okay, it's like this. The only thing that came out of it that was dumb was, in this situation, Keldon shouldn't have got as many minutes as he did. But apart from that, the two things that really needed to change the last couple games, or after the last couple games, the win and the loss, was obviously, obviously Sohan should have played more. But number two, I felt like De'Aaron Fox should have had the ball in his hands, because in the long run, that's going to help us. And in this game, this was De'Aaron Fox's team. He played poorly at times, but at the same time, the Spurs made a concerted effort to say, this is your team, right? And it's going to come down. We'll go as far as De'Aaron Fox and Wemby takes us. And I like the fact that they finally said, screw it, Fox, this is your team. Do everything you can. And you saw a very hard-fought game because of it, even though we made a lot of dumb mistakes. I wonder if Draymond going to go on his pod tonight and talk about Wemby. I love how competitive Wemby is. We had a lot of moments when Wemby went up, when he dunked on Draymond after Draymond was yapping and I'm sorry, y'all. That was just great, bro. I'm sorry. That was just great. That made me so happy. God, it made me feel, oh man, reminded me why I was a Spurs fan for real. All right, let's see if the Spurs uploaded anything. If they didn't, I don't know if I want to stay on. It takes too long for them to upload things. Maybe we can just go live tomorrow night. Should we just go live tomorrow night? I think we can go live tomorrow night. Maybe we should go live tomorrow night. I can sit on this. I can see how I'm feeling. And then we can discuss. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, that was crazy, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Sohan only played 6 minutes. Yeah. He sure did. Yeah. Are you booing me? Champagny should not be starting. He was getting tricked by Steph. Champagny's a good starter. He's a fine starter. But it's fine if you say no. I mean, I would switch out Champagny for Castle, and then that's just super defensive heavy, which if that's what you want to roll with, that's fine. I'm not mad at that. I think Champagny's a smart player. I think he's very underrated as far as his IQ. I'd rather see Castle developed than Fox. Fox is not a winning player. Can't even make Kings relevant back then. That's a silly thing to say. No one can make Kings relevant. Let's be real. Where's Batman? I don't know. I think we should just wait and go live tomorrow. Maybe I'll feel a little bit different. Maybe I'll have some more takeaways. I'll be able to sleep on it. And then we can go over some press conferences tomorrow night. What do you say? What do you think? We can go over all of them tomorrow. You guys cool with that? It's late. Look, guys. The Spurs are back. I mean, we're not back yet. But that feeling that you have where anyone could win this game and you're battling it out. You're going back and forth. There's a lot of chitter chatter. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of grit. It's back. You know? It's a Friday night. I know, but I'm a lay it down. I'm feeling good. 90% back. We're like 80% back, but yeah. I'm not mad. We made enough adjustments. I'm not mad. Was it great? No. Did players play sloppy? Yes. Was some of the coaching stuff stupid? Yes. But it wasn't as stupid. And we had a chance to win. What's the record with Sohan versus without? I feel like somebody tried to use that last season. It was really dumb because when you looked at the games without him that they had won, it was like literally the easiest games of the season. We aren't back. Very poor coaching. That feeling. I'm going off of my feels right now. That feeling of we could win this. Oh my God, who's going to win this? Is it going to be Wemby or Steph? It felt good to see that. The question now is, while the team is having growing pains and they're growing as a team, how much can you tolerate your coaching staff growing as well? I don't know. Guess it depends on how good you think this team can be. I think they can be very good. So, but look, it's the Warriors. When do we play them again? We'll get our revenge. Let them have their little glory for now. But we'll figure it out. You guys know? No excuse, clan. It's no excuse. You got to do better. I guess I was just happy how sad I felt. February. Okay, we got time. We'll get them back. We'll get our get back. I want to see Harper guard Steph. I know I told you Harper's a good defender. You don't want to see Harper guard Steph Curry. Okay? You can't win with a bad coach. I watched Shaq and Kobe lose with Dale Harris until they got Phil Jackson. The Spurs are cooked. Okay, look. We're 12 games into the regular season. Plenty of stuff I'm pointing at that I don't like. There's a few things that were adjusted that I do like. I'm gonna because Spurs probably gonna go on like a little run here, at least 4 games. We'll see what adjustments we see. Because even in a win, you know, that was the problem that I had with the Bulls game. Like a lot of you guys were happy with that Bulls game, and I saw a lot of mistakes. Yeah, this Bulls game. Like I saw a lot of mistakes. I was like, it shouldn't have been this close. This should have been a blowout, right? So it's just like I don't really like this game that much. The rotations were weird. Ball movement was quite bad. And then they did the same thing as the Warriors, and you lose. And then this time, I did see a little bit more ball movement. I did see some adjustments. I saw De'Aaron Fox actually run the offense, right? And regardless of what the outcome was going to be, I was thinking the entire game, like, I saw some adjustments. Are they enough? No. But they are learning. And yet and still, you still got quite a few wins under your belt, right? You still got quite a few wins under your belt. So I think we'll be all right. Let's go on this little run. We got about 4 games that we're definitely going on a run. Let's go on this run, get some wins, get some more wins in our belt. I mean, the Warriors are just a tough team. And we'll figure it out. You'll see how much they adjust. Even in games where you should beat up on these teams, seeing what the Spurs do and what lineups they run with and how they get Wemby the ball can tell us a lot as far as like what they're learning, right? So we'll see. Don't be too upset. Bro, answer this. Why didn't Wemby touch the ball last 2 minutes? It was the last 2 minutes? Okay, if that's true, that's pretty horrible. That last play, though, I thought they would go to Wemby for sure. Wemby was going crazy, bro. Wemby was crazy great. But, yeah. Anyways. Fox waved off Wemby. Did that really happen? I'm gonna watch it right here. Oh, you're not talking about the last play. Oh. Oh. Dude. That last play as well. I'm rewatching the last play. Yeah, they'll see this in footage. Fox. Hold on, I'll screenshot it. Look at this. This last play, Fox had Wemby for the lob. See, that's just a matter of playing together a little bit longer. I definitely will need to know why Castle was in this game at the end. I guess it's fine. But yeah, he kind of had him right there. That would have been a wrap. That would have been a win right there if we would have caught him. Dang. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. 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 So obviously I can't play this, but Fox, even in real time, because I just watched it, I didn't realize that Fox had Wemby for the open lob. But that's so hard to see right off the bat. I also don't like the fact that we literally gave it to Fox backcourt. Like, we couldn't think of anything else or figure something out with this. Like, it's just a bad shot. I don't quite understand why we did that. Now, Warriors weren't giving us much room to work with, but that makes things like this even more important. And he just missed them. Which, you learn from that. You play with him enough, and you learn from that, you know? So, that's not an easy pass. Like, almost impossible. What's that? Kerr contract is up in 2026. If Mitch can't figure things out, he's a championship coach who is familiar with San Antonio. Yeah, you're not stuck with anybody, guys. First off, as much as I believe in my team, will they win a championship this year? Probably not. You know, I hope so. I hope we go on a run, do the impossible, but probably not. Probably not. Yes? Oh, sorry. It's Larry. Yeah, we win a championship. It's Larry. No. Steve Curry is a great coach. Don't do that. Like, he just has Curry. No. He is a great coach. Steve Curry is a great coach. Yeah, don't do that. Their offense obviously tailored to Curry, but it's basic. It's beautiful, bro. The fact that they don't have to have as much talent and they still won that last championship, that shows a good coach. That's the only thing I fear is, like, do we have to have everyone 100% healthy to be successful and everyone on the page perfectly to be successful? And I don't think that's a little, yeah, that's a tough task, you know? Mitch is not intelligent. Don't do that. He's intelligent. He just has he been coaching poorly? Yes. Does that mean that he's stupid? No. Just means got to make adjustments, man. We'll see. I don't want to hear Clan say put social on Curry ever again. Oh, Sohan on Curry? You had to give him different looks. I think we should have trapped him, though. But you got to give him different looks. I thought Sohan did okay. It was pretty tough, though. He at that point, he was already hot. He had already had his way with our team, and he's pretty hot. Yeah. Mitch is dumb. Yeah. Yeah. That made me mad. Yeah. Yeah. Hero ball, hero ball, hero ball. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm hopping off. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll just go live tomorrow. I think I'll feel a little bit better tomorrow. And then we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more. And I think I might rewatch the... Can I rewatch? Yeah, you can rewatch games. I might rewatch some of this game. Anyways.